Hello guys, it's Jumpstart here doing another Beyblade discussion. This time we have some news, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this might be the worst news drop we've had in, honestly, all of Beyblade. This one was a pretty bad one, I think. Unfortunately, I've been pretty positive overall, mostly for the past couple months. I really like the Shark Scale deck set. Soul Eclipse is great, but yeah, this month, unfortunately, is looking like a dud. So, first up we have the left string launcher, which is fine, no problems. Solid release, honestly. Sure. Now we have the Battle Entry Set Infinity. So this is our new entry set. We usually get a stadium set around October. This is that. So you have a couple launchers, which exist, and then you also have Cobalt Drake 960 Rush. So this is actually a pretty big one. So Rush, pretty good part. Low Rush would have been preferable, but not bad. Also 960. Sure. And then of course, Cobalt Drake, the main part here. Kinda wish this was a stock Cobalt Drake, but at the same time it's a recolor, so I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, Cobalt Drake's finally getting a release that isn't a BX00 release, although I'm not gonna lie, I think you can probably get the clear / silver one cheaper than you can get this one, which kind of defeats the purpose in my opinion, not gonna lie. Wish this was just kind of released like a deck set or something instead, it would have been a little bit nicer, but at least you get a painted one, that's cool, it's red, looks nice. Again, at least technically an accessible way to get it. You can at least go to a store and buy it. Hopefully Hasbro adapt this one as well. That would be great because we're still missing Cobalt Drake. But anyway, the other band here is Goat Tackle 770 Taper. So Taper, this is a pretty stupid part, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what they're doing with this one. At least they changed up Goat Tackle's identity since, you know, it's based on Black Shell. So instead of defense, we're getting balance, which I think you could actually use for that. But Taper, this is just kind of a dated part. I wish we would have got something a little bit newer here instead. Kick would have been great. 770, no problems with that. Works fine enough, I guess. And then Goat Tackle itself looks pretty good. Prefer this design to the Hasbro one. Unfortunately, again, it is another one of these Hasbro variants that's being adapted to Takatomi in a fairly annoying way. Again, being locked in a big stadium set that's expensive. Far from ideal, but it itself is decent, so that's cool, I guess. But the big thing here is the new Infinity Stadium. This might actually be the worst thing they could have done. I'm not surprised they're doing this, but I've seen some hype for the stadium, right? And I understand. You got the Extreme that now has 2 points to fly off at, which sounds cool. It can be chaotic, it's interesting. My problem, though, the reason why I don't think the stadium's good and why I think it's actually going to be a huge issue is that two bays can now extreme dash into each other directly. Beyblade X's already had pretty bad durability problems because these bays are very fast, going at very high speeds, just launching into each other, right? But when you now have these 2 points where these bays are just going to slam into each other like this, that's gonna be a durability risk, and also, especially for CX with assist blades, those things are going to shatter. Making my prediction right now, this stadium is going to see a lot of breakage issues. I think people are going to end up disliking it overall because of that. It's just going to break bays. I could be wrong here, and I know that there is kind of a cool factor to having something like this, but I just see it as a massive durability risk. Personally, I don't see this going well. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm not really big on this one. So overall, the Battle Entry Set Infinity, it's not looking too great. Stadium, I'm probably going to try and get these bays separately because I just don't really want the stadium, nor do I really care about the launchers, but the bays, Goat Tackle is decent enough. It's at least a Takatomi Goat Tackle, so that's cool. And Cobalt Drake, again, it's at least a mainline release with Cobalt Drake in it, technically, so that's nice. Again, not an ideal release, but it's still something, sure. Next up, we got the ClockMirage Random Booster Select. Oh boy, this one's rough. Alright, so every single version of ClockMirage actually uses the same exact combo for some reason, but anyway, sure I guess. So the main one here, though, we have this kind of weirdly colored one. It's like a greenish with like magenta and a yellow bit for whatever reason. But yeah, we got ClockMirage 965 Ball. Okay, Ball. It's not a bad part, but here's the thing, why not use, like, at least free Ball here? Would have been nice. Ball is over 2 years old, we don't really need that at this point. 965, that's just kind of rough, honestly. I think most people know these kind of single-piece ratchets, they're not very good. People thought 455 might be interesting, it wasn't. Despite being the shortest ratchet, just kind of burst-prone, also light. Not ideal, 450 is just better. And 965, what's the point of this? It's between 60 and 70. Like, 970 is going to be better than this. It doesn't need to exist. I don't like this push that they're kind of doing on these single piece ratchets for some reason. Again, they're just not very good. And then we have the blade. ClockMirage. This thing is rough. It looks fairly thin. Maybe it's heavier than it looks, but I kind of doubt it. It's very round. It's based on Basalt Erosion, which I thought was going to be pretty cool, but I don't know. It's not looking too good. Also, for some reason, they made the bottom part kind of weird on this blade. I think it's going to be like weirdly tall, and that bottom point only connects to these one-piece ratchets. So as of right now, the only ones like that are 455, 385, 965, and M85. It can only use one of these 4 ratchets, and any future ratchets in this style, but still. Why limit a bay to this extent? It just feels weird to me. But yeah, this is a pretty rough release. I don't really have any good things to say about this one. I guess the gear chip sticker is nice, I guess. It looks kind of cool, but beyond that, yeah, this one, unfortunately, is just rough, which I'm really disappointed about, because Basalt Erosion is one of my favorite MFB bays. Honestly, it's a really easy bay to get right. It's just a heavy, round bay. Yes, obviously I understand trying to balance it, but I think if this was their attempt at balancing it, they really overshot the balance here. It doesn't look very good. You have a couple recolors here. You have this one that's like pink and yellow. It's kind of awkward. I don't know why it's like this, but you know what? Sure. And the other one here, it's actually Basalt Erosion colors. Why didn't we just get this from the start? This looks so much better. Would have been great to just have this as the main one. At least if you're going to screw up the design, at least get the color scheme right at that point. I know that the colors have been typically kind of different compared to the original versions that these bays are based on, but still, I think in this case, like if you're going to screw up the design this bad, just at least go with the color scheme. But I guess that's just a recolor, and it's the same parts, so at the same time, why? I don't know. Alright, as I was recording, we just got the full image of the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is WyvernHover. Yeah, so WyvernHover is unfortunately a part of a merchandise lottery. Now we have every prize shown, so I could talk about all that, which is good, but anyway. So the A prize is WyvernHover 280 Gear Needle. Pretty bad combo. 280 fair enough based on the shape of WyvernHover, but Gear Needle, like any other defenseman, would have been good. Why not like a wedge or something? Beyond that, at least looks pretty cool. That's nice, but the fact that this is a merchandise lottery, like look, as far as mainline bays go, we already have random boosters or random booster selects, and the rare bait get battle. We don't need more. We do not need a 4th line of gambling with a merchandise lottery. If it was just recolors in this merchandise lottery, I'd care a lot less, but it's not, so I'm not big on this. I don't know what it is with Beyblade X and gambling. It's been really, really atrocious. Do I need to make a 4th video on the topic? I hope not, but I'll sit on it. Anyway, next up we have the B prize, which is a purple string launcher. Sure. C prize, water bottles. D prize, towels. E prize, rubber keychains. And the F prize, stickers plus clear files. These are just kind of extras that exist to fill out the merchandise lottery like we've seen before. To explain the lettering a bit here, I believe there will be less of the kind of better prizes like, you know, A and also B. So yeah, it's going to be harder to get WyvernHover. Although, from my experiences, these aren't horribly priced in the aftermarket. I have a couple of the burst ones and they're not too bad. The Drain Fafners are terrible, but that's because Drain Fafner is just an expensive bay in general, but I have a Rising Ragnarok and a Dark Death Scyther from these and they're not that bad. I think they were around $30 to $35, so hopefully WyvernHover is around there, maybe a little bit more, but still hopefully not too bad. It's still a really, really annoying release method regardless, and yeah, Takara just seems very intent on making every timed Hasbro exclusive hell to get from Takara for no reason. And finally, there is the last prize. So basically, if you get the last tickets in this merchandise lottery, you will get the last prize, which is a special WyvernHover recolor. It has the same parts, but it's painted purple, different color parts. This recolor looks really, really nice from what I could see. It's just this one image, so we don't have close-ups, but still it does look really nice. We'll try to get this. I'm more so going for the regular WyvernHover because I just want the mainline one so I could just, you know, have it for collection. But if I can get this one too, that'd be great because it does look really cool. Might be a little while till I get it, but still, always like painted stuff. If you're going to make a merchandise lottery, just make this the main one, come on. While the unpainted one looks fine, it's a little underwhelming considering, you know, it's a lottery. It's pretty annoying. But yeah, there you go. That's everything for this month of news, I guess. It's not great. Again, I really didn't want to have to sit down and talk about how they kind of screwed up a Basalt Herogium retool, and also talk about how WyvernHover is going to be a part of a merchandise lottery. It's not something I really wanted to do, but yeah, here we are. So hopefully next month is better. Next month we'll be talking about the CX booster and CX deck set for November. Hopefully that's, again, better. We'll see. I don't imagine it's worse than this, so that's probably a plus, so that's something. But yeah, that's all I got for this month, because yeah, this is a pretty rough news drop. It's not great, so anyways, that's all I gotta say. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.